Hey, everybody. Welcome to Ink the Book Show. I'm Ryan. I haven't been on in a bit. Um, Mostly I've been gone because I haven't been here. Uh, I've been at my girlfriend's house for the past 2.5 weeks, um, helping her take care of stuff over there, including her 4-year-old boy in her house while they were kind of alone in it. Oh, look at this gross wall. I was spraying stuff a while ago. I didn't realize how terrible it looks. I gotta wipe that wall down. Um, well, then while I was there, I got sick, and I was gonna do a stream yesterday, but I was really coughing my brains out yesterday, and I thought I would be better by yesterday. So I was like really gung ho. I was like super into the idea of getting back to streaming, and I started coughing my brains out. I was like, I can't do this. I thought it would be gone by today, and I still got like this cough coming in and out, and my nose still sounds stuffed up, though I don't feel that sick. And look at this. I've had like this psoriasis patch in my head for like a month now. I don't know where that came from. I never had something like that before. But anyway, I'm falling apart, people. But let's get to today's stuff. So I'm not going to work on my comic on stream today. I'm going to work on these I'm going to do these like little watercolor things. So I did this unicorn. I finished painting the background today. I had this unicorn painted, and I just did a rainbow in the background today. I did that part today. Look at that. Okay, now I'm going to do a jackalope. I figured I'd try and do it on stream. This is going to be like practice for this art show that I'm going to do. I'm going to do like a bunch of big pieces in town. I got to submit it by the end of next month. But see, I thought I could submit as many pieces as I want. So I was going to do a bunch of big pieces and a bunch of little pieces. So I started doing all these little pieces, and then I realized there was a limit on what you could submit. So I'm going to do 5 big pieces. But in the meantime, since I already drew these, I'm going to just use it as practice for watercolor. All right, so I got my little crummy watercolor set here. I want to make them like I'm thinking like a yellow. Let me get all this crud out of the way. So I need, where's my brush? Oh, it's in the water here. Okay. And I need paper towel. I need watercolors. Okay. So let's get my brush. So usually on here, I've been doing, I've been coloring my graphic novel that I'm working on called Bonehead. And I just finished a page today. Maybe I can share. I'll show you guys the page I finished. I was working on it forever. Like I said, I've been out of the house for 3 weeks. So it took me forever to finish this page just because I haven't been here. Let me see, though. I still have Photoshop open. Share screen. Photoshop. So this is my page. This is the one I did today. And I kind of went into more detail on the background than I usually do. I did a lot. Because it's so open, I did like highlights and shadows, and I did gradients on the shadows, just to kind of make it work since the background is so much of the page in that panel. I just kind of went and did a couple extra steps than I usually do. I think these top panels are more akin to what I normally do. I did a little bit of drawing on this mountain. Well, I guess all the shadows are a little bit of drawing, but yeah, that's all I really did. So, did I stop sharing? Okay. So usually I'm working on that. Today I'm working on this just to do something different. So I kind of want like not an orangish yellow, but like a brownish yellow. Like, yeah. So let me get this color open. This is a fairly new set of watercolors because I don't know where my old one is. So I bought a new one just for this stuff. But I gotta individually unwrap every color, every pigment. That's exciting. Let's see. So I got a point. I got a point on my brush. That's what I need. Oh man, this is not focused. Yeah, that's as focused as it's gonna get. I don't know. All right. Well, let's get going. Because I wanted to make this a quick and easy one. I'm getting this like darker yellow. I'm gonna mix it with that lighter yellow. Sitting on something. Just trying to mix a color here. Just so it's not so out of the box. Maybe I'll throw a little tint, a little bit of orange in there. Okay, but I want it like kind of faint to start. Because his belly's going to be fainter than the rest of him. If nothing else. Probably his muzzle, too. Ah, jeepers. I am pretty sloppy with watercolors. I kind of like storm my way through it. I'm not incredibly patient, but you know, or disciplined with it. But that's okay. I don't like being too precious with watercolors. I kind of like it when it's a little sloppy, but you know, that's no, you know, it's I try to be at least I try to at least make good art with it in spite of being sloppy. I try to be responsibly sloppy, I guess. That's how I might put it. Because one thing I don't like is when an artist will kind of have bad habits, and then you point out to them it's probably not it's that they're bad habits, and they go, well, that's my style. It's like, well, it's not a that's not necessarily a good reason to do stuff poorly. Like, I used to teach kids animation for a little bit, uh, and I would get that a lot. Like, well, let's teach you how to do the fun. Let's teach you the fundamentals before you just go claiming a style. And they were young kids. It was a weird situation. I feel where I was teaching really young kids animation. That was my job for a little bit. Like maybe too young to be learning animation, but I was teaching them like art principles. Because these were kids that like barely had any art knowledge trying to learn animation. And it's like trying to teach them overlapping animation. I don't know. I was trying. I did keep it very simple because they were young kids, but I was trying to teach them like can't animate if you can't draw. And like a lot of these kids, it was like their first art class. But I was met with that a lot. Well, it's my style. Well, you don't want to be the guy with the bad style. No, that wasn't that mean. Oh, hi, Damanami. Damanami's here. Let's see. Oops, I didn't mean to go right onto there with that bright yellow. Okay. And then get a real faint version of this red. Not barely any. Ooh. I got none. That's barely any, right? his eyes like a tint of pink. And then, let's see. Is this missing a color? Looks like it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna get out one of these browns. Jeepers. Oh, you know what? Everybody in my family is having a crisis right now where their phone isn't charging. And I know that my phone is on the brink of death, so I better charge mine. This is a brown, right? Burnt umber. So yeah, if I sound like a, I don't know. If I sound like this bassoon playing, it's because I've had a cold for like 2 weeks, which is really long for me. I usually get over colds really fast. But it's not, allegedly it's not COVID. Not that I'm particular. I don't really care if it is, but it's not, is what I'm told, and it's not the flu, apparently. Which I don't care if it's that either. Look at this paper stuck to this. It's already a lot better than it is. It just won't like totally go away. Okay, well, I'll just make do with this. Whoa. With this paper covered brown. Okay, so I'm gonna use this. I'll put that there. And some of that. Yeah, so my girlfriend's boy, Johnny, he got a cold from school. And then I got sick from him. And then she got sick from me. And I think I was healing, but then she got me sick again because she was just getting sick as I was getting over it, I think, is what it seemed like. And then I think Johnny got sick again from us as he was getting better, is what it seemed like. I don't know if that's a thing, but it seemed to be the way it happened. And yesterday, I wasn't coughing at all. I felt like I was like it was going to be gone. I was sure it was going to be gone today. Totally. But then like around 6:30 p.m. No, like around 7:30 p.m. all of a sudden I started coughing my brains out of nowhere. Like after having no problem all day. And then, yesterday my nose was fine all day. Today it was dripping a bit. So it's really tenacious. It's like it just keeps going. Like it's so close to being out the door, and it kind of just keeps lingering. But that's okay. Oh, the other thing, over the past 2 weeks, my parents um, had, had their dog. So I'm at my parents' house right now while I'm waiting for the opportunity to get into a new place. Um, like I'm just waiting for the, what do you call it, the right stuff to fall into place so I can get a good place. Um, but So I'm back at my parents in the meantime, and this it used to look a lot different, but this was my bedroom when I was a teenager, and and my parents have had this dog for 16 years, a Pomeranian, and while I was gone right after Easter, uh, the, their dog died. Our dog died, Riley. So that was sad. You know, I keep telling people I've never been much of a pet person myself, and when I was a teenager, I didn't care so much about Riley. But growing up with him, uh, you know, I realized a few years ago, like I really love Riley. So that was sad. And my some of my nieces and nephews got together, and they helped. They buried him in my parents' backyard, and they put flowers in the coffin, and it was really cute. I saw all these pictures that they took, so that was nice. He was having a rough time for a while now, and it was like they just couldn't let him go on any longer. Like he'd had a few bouts where he would have like a seizure, and then he couldn't move his back legs for like an hour, and then he would get up and he'd be fine after a while, after like eating. And well, that kind of happened again, but he didn't kind of like regain control of his legs. It was like 24 hours later, and I think there were other issues happening. And it was like really, he was just like, he wasn't even himself. He was like really, he was just, he was on his way out. I don't even know all the details because I wasn't here, but it, I guess, I don't even want to say, but he was having some troubles. Uh, any good things happened? Easter happened. Spent Easter with my girlfriend and her little boy, who is one of my best buddies. He's a great kid. So what did we do? I don't know. I spend a lot of I spend a lot of time. He's 4. He'll be 5 in July, at the end of July, and I spend a lot of time chasing him around. It's his favorite thing. Chase me, chase me. So I'll chase him. And he's 4. I'm 37. Which like I am in better shape for chasing him around, I think, just because I chase him around. Because when I first met him, it would kill me, and now I keep up with him a lot better. So that's cool. But yeah, I chase him around. He got a bubble gun. Well, he got a regular squirt gun that he was using more, that he was spraying me with. We would play hide and seek in the backyard. There aren't like a lot of hiding. Actually, it was like one round of hide and seek where he had to look for me, and there was like one great hiding spot in the backyard. And so I went there, and he wasn't finding me. And when I say great, it's like there's one obvious hiding spot in the backyard, and I hid behind that, and he wasn't finding me, and I started like peeking out and going like, "You'll never find me," or something like that, and he'd be like, "Wait, where are you?" Like totally in the wrong place, like looking in the opposite direction, and he's like, "Wait, where are you?" I'm like, "I'm over here." Like I kept like calling out to him, and it took him forever, and then finally, like all of a sudden, he comes up from behind and starts spraying me. But it was fun. So today I woke up, I finished a page of Bonehead. I did a lot on that page today. I finished a page of Bonehead. I went to my church for like I go there on Saturday mornings to like pray and read the Bible like quietly. I just go. It's like adoration. They got they've got this little altar set up, and you just go and you've got little pews set up. It's like a little adoration chapel. It's not like the main church, and I just go and pray and read the Bible. And there's a prayer book a friend gave me that I'll read there too sometimes. I forgot it today though. And then I also did a mass on my phone. They broadcast their masses every day, so I do a mass every day because I'm nuts. So I did that later. I didn't do it at the church. I only do that on Sunday. And the rest of the week, I just kind of like watch it on my phone and follow along with it. I did laundry because I still had all this laundry piled up from being gone. It was all like in my bag still. So I finally pulled that out, did a bunch of laundry, and what else? Then I finished that unicorn painting. I'll show that again because I like how that turned out. I did a like a white pen. I don't know if you can see that too well. I used a lot of white pen on that. I probably will on this too, to some capacity. Okay, I'm gonna give him some pink ears. Here, I'm gonna use this orangey red, I think. I think that looks right. Let me dab that. Maybe I'll do a smidge of the red. Maybe I'll do I don't want to wreck that nose. Because these watercolors seem to be a little more unforgiving than other sets I've had. Like you'll see on this unicorn one, I did a stroke of purple here, trying to add some shadow early on, and I could not get it to pull out of there when I decided I didn't like that. So that's a little unfortunate. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with like a reddish bow tie. Get some of this, what is orangey red in there? Well, that was the other thing I was gonna do. Go back over his antlers. What did I do with his antlers? Oh yeah, there's a brown color that I mixed with this one. Oh, I didn't realize I missed like the corner of this antler with the background. There it is. There's another thing I want to do with watercolors in the near future where I just want to do some like abstract background paintings on these note cards. So these are like heavy duty note cards you can get on Amazon. They're like extra thick for stuff like this. Because I was going to do all these mini paintings and then frame them. So they're 3x5. Yeah, 3x5 cards. I was going to put them in 4x6 frames with a 1/2 inch mat, and I thought that would be really cool to have these cute little paintings in matted frames. And if anybody wants one, call dibs. You know, you can email me at well, DM me on Twitter or Instagram at Wrangleshank. And if you know if I don't have this exact one, or this one or some other one, I can just do another one. I can just redraw it. I'll if I get rid of anything, I will scan it in before I get rid of it. So I'll be able to like replicate it pretty faithfully. And I could send you one. We can talk about it if you DM me on. I won't be obnoxiously expensive about it. I'll be pretty modest, I assure you. So I'm not going to use these for what I thought I was going to use them for. So this is just practice. So if anybody wants it, reach out to me. I can sell it for pretty cheap. Get in here. Oh, but yeah, I want to do these abstract background paintings. Well, I don't know if I finished this thought. I want to do these abstract background paintings for this art book I'm slowly working on, where I'm collecting a bunch of my sketchbook stuff that's on my like my Instagram and stuff. My daily drawings for the longest time. I'm collecting that kind of stuff slowly. I want to make like an 80-page art book. And what I've been doing is I've been doing like these abstract watercolor paintings, and they're the backdrop for the page. Uh, but I need to do more of those. There. Now he's starting to look furry. Okay, and since the watercolor kind of got up on the black by the tail, it's kind of like, in person at least, it looks pretty crummy. I'm gonna go over the black a little bit. I'm just using these Micron pens. I could not stand Micron like my whole life until recently. They drove me crazy. Everybody would always use Micron, and I couldn't stand them because it was like every time I stopped the pen, it would leave a dot at every turn, you know? Every pause of the pen was a dot. It drove me crazy. But I don't know if they fixed the pens or if I'm a better pensman than I used to be. But they don't give me trouble like that anymore. I got to do something with these pupils. And I think I want to do something other than pink. For green, I'll just go blue. Just something to kind of stand out a tad. Oh, he looks like that Baby Binks chocolate bunny. You know what I'm talking about? Anybody in the world? Um, there's like that Easter bunny, uh, chocolate bunny that's in stores every year called Baby Binks. It's a chocolate bunny, but it's got like yellow eyes with blue pupils. That's what that reminds me of. A little messy on me. Well, I think I'll let that dry, and I'll clean up the eye with the white pen. Here, can I use the white pen anywhere? Actually, let me get some deeper brown on those antlers still, because they kind of are not as authoritative as I'd like them to be. They're kind of washed out. Oh yeah, and I want to do the back most branch of the antler. I want to do it darker. Here, in the meantime, I can do it at least as dark, right? I had to make sure I was on screen. I was like, oh, I don't know if... Like, I see that I moved it over, and I had a mini panic attack that you couldn't see it on screen anymore. Okay, let me just take that brown. Ah! And I think I'm going to do what I did with the unicorn. I'm going to do like the top. Like I'm going to do like a top lighting of with this. White pen. I might have to let stuff dry a little longer. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to let it dry a little before I can do much more with this pen that I was trying to do. But see if I can get some fur in here. Implications of fur. It's pretty damp. Sometimes you can get away with it, but yeah, I think I'll have to add in some little highlights later because that's not coming through too good right now. But when this dries a little more solidly, I see part of the background I kind of want to even out a little bit. It's too like apple green on one streak here. Okay. And I could just go over this background a billion times. I think I will. No, I think I'm gonna call it done soon. Okay. I think I'm try and even this out a little more. This one last time. See, it's not going to go where I put the white pen very well, which is fine. I am going to do more of that later, but probably not on this stream. But other than that, I think this is more how I wanted it. There we go. Well, there's our jackalope. Yeah. So, how do I turn this around? There we go. So, I don't know. I might do a stream tomorrow if I can get one in early. I'll do a stream. Otherwise, I have company over tomorrow, so it might be hard to later on. Um, but yeah, hopefully I'll be back to normal stuff. I did like a, a bunch of streams in a row, and then I disappeared again for 3 weeks. With apologies, but I kind of had to keep them company, and then I got sick, and I was in no shape to be doing streams. Anyway, if you like, if you liked this, if you like the kind of weird art I do, the character art that I'm doing all the time, check me out at Wrangleshank on Instagram, Twitter, Smellovision, uh, Wiener Hut, uh, Taco Bell. I'm there at Wrangleshank, 25 hours a day, 7 days a year. All right. Bye, everybody. I love you. Be good to your mother.